What's up, YouTube? This is me, Game on Cloud 9 here to bring you guys a new video, and it's actually a One Piece discussion video because I haven't really done a lot of different discussions involving One Piece. I've done some Naruto ones, some Bleach ones, and I figure I really need to get those, these One Piece ones out here. And this one is revolved around the New World. Like, what are you guys looking forward to see in the New World as far as One Piece? Since we know that they're going to be going to the New World soon, we knew they're at Fishman Island, and the Straw Hats are getting ready to head over there probably as soon as this, little arc, since it's like closing up, and you have all this stuff with Big Mom and Luffy and like all this different arguing, and she's saying she's basically challenging Luffy to a fight, and Luffy is like, yeah, he's ready, anytime, any day, basically, and he's, he wants to fight her and kick her ass and go nuts basically in the New World, and she's an emperor. We all know that Big Mom is an emperor, so. I'm looking forward to the New World, but is that a fight that I'm really looking forward to most out of any fights? No, I really want to see Luffy versus Akainu, which I know a lot of you guys probably want to see as well. Then of course there's Zorro versus Mihawk, but we know a lot of those different fights are probably going to happen maybe midway, towards the end of One Piece, because they're really hyped up. We know that Oda is setting them up to be some of the biggest fights in the series, unless maybe he changes up, maybe some other things go on in the New World, but I'm assuming so. That's probably what's going to happen. So overall, like, as far as what I'm looking forward into the New World, I'm just hoping that I want to see Luffy fight Kid. I want to see Kid, see what Kid's been up to. We know Kid destroyed one of Big Mom's ships or whatnot, and I guess cost her some money. She didn't really care, I guess, because she's more worried about her candy. But I'm hoping that the Straw Hat crew goes, head to head between Kid's crew, and and they just duke it out, because I think Kid has a thing, he doesn't really like Luffy or anything like that. So at least I think so. I'm not 100%. I can't remember exactly. Sorry guys, but yeah, I'm really, I'm excited for the New World, but I don't want to get, too hyped, because I'm just like, I'm like, my one, like, I'm pretty sure if you watch my videos, you already know what my one issue is. I just don't like the pacing sometimes in One Piece, but there are some great moments, and I'm looking forward to it. I really want them to go down. I really want to see Kid, Luffy go at it. I want to see what some of the other supernovas have been doing. We already know Blackbeard is now an emperor, which is awesome to hear about and see. I really wonder if he got full control over Whitebeard's little devil fruit power, and see how much control. Because I'm thinking about it, like, apparently he must be getting other devil fruit powers now, because his whole crew is searching for them or whatever, unless he's able to pass on the power to someone else. Which is another interesting thing about Blackbeard's power. Like, okay, how is he able to do this? Is it part of his devil powers? It's like a, ability only unique to him, some other kind of ability, that maybe hasn't really been introduced yet into the story, so I'm like, there are a lot of different elements, and that can happen in New World. A lot of different things that can go down, different islands. I think there's an island where there's lightning comes down, and like rains down on the island. And we know all these different, like, I want to see what Kaido can do. I want to see what Shanks can do. I'm pretty sure a lot of you want to see what Shanks can do. I'm like, Shanks, one thing I always get kind of confused about with Shanks is, like, okay, Mihawk is supposed to be, like, the best swordsman, right? But then, I'm like, Shanks isn't a devil fruit user, at least not to my knowledge, because he's, been able to swim and all that kind of stuff. Yet, he can, I'm like, he uses a sword, but then he must have some other ability, because I'm pretty sure Shanks is stronger than Mihawk. I mean, I could be wrong, but I'm thinking that he probably is, and if he is stronger than Mihawk, probably not by much, but a little bit, he must have another ability, other than just, being able to slash away at stuff. So, I'm like, we know he has hockey, obviously, but still, I don't know, there has to be something else that he can do, and I really want to see everything Shanks can do, since he hasn't really gotten to a fight. And we think about how powerful his crew is. I mean, there's just a lot of stuff in New World to look forward to, and a lot of the good stuff we're probably gonna have to wait to the end. Maybe Oda will give it a little bit here and there to us. Let us see a little bit. Maybe, like I said, maybe Luffy versus Kid be a good good way to start off the New World. Good way, in my opinion. Because I'm like, I don't think Kid would really be, like that overpowered or anything like that. Him and Luffy probably be a good match. See, how much stronger he's gotten over the past 2 years. His crew, all sorts of stuff like that. I'm like, Get to see Zorro versus Killer, which would be awesome to see as well. Um, Zorro needs a challenge. We know Zorro needs a challenge. And another question, and because like again, this I guess this video is gonna involve a lot of things since I'm just talking about New World. Like, have you all ever felt like, in a sense, just in a sense, this is just the randomest question. Zorro is stronger than Luffy now. I know some people may be Luffy fanboys and may not like what I just said right here because I kind of feel like sometimes Zorro is like Zorro isn't, of course, because Zorro's not the captain. Luffy's the main character, etc. But I almost feel like kind of Luffy has like what I hear some other YouTube users use as like plot shield or plot, where the main character, like different things in the story, like the main character always win because they are the main character, but if they weren't the main character, they would have legitimately lost for whatever reason. And the reason why I'm going to say that is because Zorro does not have a devil fruit power. Zorro, like we don't know if Zorro is confirmed. It's not confirmed yet if Zorro has haki. He's just a swordsman. Luffy, yeah, Luffy uses haki. He's a devil fruit user. All this different stuff. But Zorro is all like ridiculously strong without that. He's faster than a fisherman underwater. He can do all this different stuff. So I'm thinking like, okay, Zorro is always seemed. I don't know. He has more endurance. I forgot to mention that too. He has more endurance than Luffy. And I'm just like, how is Zorro not the captain? Like, I would love an arc. Now, of course, this would never happen because we all know that, Zorro, cares about, the whole crew cares about Luffy. He's willing to, die for his captain and all that. So, I know Zorro will never betray Luffy, but I would love to see Zorro and Luffy fight. I would really like to see that. I would like if there was an arc, maybe, Zorro separated from the crew or something. I know this is kind of sound a little bit Naruto-ish, but I would just like to see them fight because I'm thinking like Zorro at times really seems stronger than Luffy. Because think about it, Luffy can be cut, and if they actually went and fought each other, I doubt it would just be an easy challenge for Luffy. I'm pretty sure if Luffy did win, it would be with the skin of his teeth. I don't think it would be easy for him. But that's just me. I'm pretty sure this has been discussed a lot between some of you guys, but that's just my opinion. But yeah, anyway, let me know what your thoughts on as far as the New World. What do you guys think about the New World? I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys are pumped, that you guys are excited. You want to, see, these different fights go on. And, let me know what fight are you most excited to see other than like Luffy versus Akainu or Zorro versus Mihawk, etc. Give me some other fights that maybe you guys are really excited to see. And don't forget to subscribe if you have not subscribed. Please like this and please comment like I already said. So anyway, see you guys later.